Donald Harvey, known as the Angel of Death, was an American serial killer who murdered numerous patients in hospitals and nursing homes during the 1970s and 1980s. He confessed to 87 killings, though the actual number may be even higher. Harvey's crimes exposed critical flaws in the healthcare system and cemented his place as one of history's most notorious serial killers. His life story reveals themes of crime, remorse, and the darkest aspects of human psychology. Donald Harvey was born on April 15, 1952, in Hamilton, Ohio. He grew up in a challenging environment. His father, Arthur Harvey, worked in a factory and struggled with alcoholism, while his mother, Golda Harvey, was a homemaker. Harvey had two brothers, but the family faced financial and emotional hardships. Arthur often abused his son, contributing to Donald's developing psychological issues. From childhood, Harvey was quiet and isolated. He struggled to make friends at school and was frequently bullied. In later interviews, he revealed an early fascination with death and violence. As a young boy, he began abusing animals, a common early warning sign among many serial killers. In the 1960s, during his teenage years, his parents divorced. The event deeply affected him, and he went to live with his mother. Golda remarried, but Donald clashed with his stepfather. Around this time, Harvey began experiencing homosexual feelings, which were heavily stigmatized in society, adding to his emotional distress. He attended Hamilton High School, where he was an average student. After school, he needed to work and took jobs as a ward boy in local hospitals. This marked the beginning of his connection to healthcare, a field that would later become the center of his crimes. In 1970, at age 18, Harvey started working at a hospital. His first job was at Mary Lane Hospital in Hamilton, where he assisted with patient care. Initially, he appeared diligent and compassionate, but he soon became drawn to the sense of power and control over patients. He realized he could dictate life and death. Harvey's first murder occurred in 1970 when he poisoned a patient named John Doe, an elderly man already in poor health. Harvey later claimed it was an act of mercy to end the patient's suffering, but in reality, he derived pleasure from controlling death. He went on to commit numerous killings, targeting mostly elderly and vulnerable patients. He became skilled with poisons, using various methods such as arsenic, cyanide, and overdoses of insulin. He would mix toxins into IV drips or food. Since the victims were already ill, their deaths were often attributed to natural causes, allowing Harvey to evade detection for years. In 1971, he attempted to enlist in the military, but was rejected for medical reasons. He returned to hospital work, and his crimes escalated. He moved between facilities, including Dayton State Hospital and the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. Harvey's personal life was complex. He hid his homosexuality due to societal intolerance. In the 1970s, he had a brief romantic relationship with a woman, but it failed. He later attempted marriage to conceal his orientation, but that also ended unsuccessfully. In the 1980s, he met Helen MacDonald, and they began living together. Helen was unaware of his crimes and saw him as optimistic and hard-working. Harvey kept his secrets from her, and she was shocked when the truth emerged. His life was marked by loneliness and anxiety. He abused alcohol and drugs, which fueled his killings. He later described feeling a creative satisfaction during murders, viewing them as an outlet for his inner fears and anger. Harvey's killing spree lasted from 1970 to 1987, primarily in hospitals and nursing homes. His approach was methodical. He assessed patients' conditions and targeted the weakest. He mastered poisons and varied his techniques. Arsenic, a metallic poison causing digestive failure and death, mixed into food or water. Cyanide, a fast-acting toxin leading to breathing difficulties and heart attacks, administered via injection. Insulin, used for diabetes but lethal in excess, causing dangerously low blood sugar given through improper injections. Suffocation, In some cases, he smothered victims with pillows or blocked their airways. He altered hospital records to cover his tracks and presented deaths as natural. Colleagues viewed him as a dedicated worker, so suspicions never arose. In 1984, at Dayton State Hospital, he killed 24 patients. He confessed to enjoying the acts and saw himself as doing God's work by easing suffering, though his true motivation was personal gratification. Harvey's crimes were uncovered in 1987 after a suspicious patient death. In March, at Dayton State Hospital, patient John Powell died. Though initially ruled natural, a nurse noticed Harvey spending unusual time in the room. Hospital administration investigated and suspended him. Police tested the body and found arsenic in the post-mortem, confirming murder. Harvey was arrested in May 1987. He initially denied involvement, but confessed as evidence mounted. He admitted to dozens of killings and offered details from multiple hospitals. His confession stunned investigators and the public. He first admitted to 37 murders, later raising the total to 87. He kept records of his crimes, but destroyed most evidence. Harvey faced multiple murder charges starting in Hamilton County, Ohio. His lawyers negotiated a plea deal, confessions in exchange for life sentences instead of death. In court, he admitted his crimes and apologized to victims' families, though many doubted his sincerity. In 1987, he received 25 life sentences, plus 50 additional years, and was sent to an Ohio state prison. He later faced charges in Kentucky for a 1986 murder, earning another life sentence. The case drew massive media attention. Dubbed the Angel of Death, it inspired documentaries and books. It sparked outrage over lax oversight in healthcare, enabling killers like Harvey to operate undetected. In prison, Harvey spent time reading and writing letters. In interviews, he claimed he wanted to end patients' pain, but admitted enjoying the power. He expressed safety concerns, as many inmates despised serial killers. He was kept in isolation for protection. On March 19, 2017, at age 64, Harvey was beaten to death by fellow inmate James Elliott in Ohio's Toledo Correctional Institution. Elliott, serving time for another murder, used a hammer and said he hated serial killers. Reactions among victims' families were mixed. Some saw it as justice, others as a tragic end. Experts diagnosed Harvey with antisocial personality disorder, marked by lack of empathy and violent tendencies, and narcissistic traits, as he viewed himself as godlike in controlling life and death. His abusive childhood, especially from his father, exacerbated his issues. He felt powerless in life and gained control through killing. Though his acts resembled mercy killings, analysis showed personal satisfaction dominated over compassion. Harvey's crimes prompted major healthcare reforms, improved staff monitoring, stricter background checks, and new patient safety protocols. His story raised public awareness of how someone could commit crimes undetected for so long, and questioned ethics among healthcare workers. Today, it features in true crime books and documentaries, highlighting the dark side of human psychology. Donald Harvey's life is a tragic tale, showing how psychological issues and environmental factors can turn someone into a serial killer. His crimes devastated victims and families while shaking society. His story serves as a warning: address mental health seriously and ensure transparency and accountability in healthcare. His death ended his crimes, but the effects linger today.